God's judgment is a demonstration of His goodness.
Yeah, all the Port Matilda paper there.
See, at the time when God destroyed the world with water, there was only 8 people on the face of the earth. And they estimate the population of the earth at that time was roughly that, which it is now, the order of 6 to 7 billion people.
Wait, so he killed off like over 6 billion people?
Maybe closer to 7 billion people, yeah.
Wait.
But out of 7 billion people, he only found 8 people that were righteous.
But hold on. Hold on. How many years went by between God creates heaven and earth? God floats earth. How many years went by?
Oh, that is
3,000?
No, about 2,000 years.
well, the ones obviously would like you or otherwise.
Do you realize how long it's taken us to get to this point? You cannot make.
All right, I know how long it's taken.
You don't go from 2 to 6 billion.
All right, let me ask you this. This is a statistical problem. How long does it take to go from 2 to 6 billion, given a growth rate of 1% per year?
I don't know. I don't have that kind of mind.
I do. 6,000 years. From 2 to 6 billion, given a growth rate of 1% per year, 0.5% per year, 6,000 years. That's all it takes. It doesn't take a long time to go from 2 to 6 billion, considering the fact that the women at that time were bearing children up to about 150 years old, and they were a lot more vigorous. Life was better.
Wait. Giving birth up to 150 years old? That's completely ridiculous.
That's what the Bible says.
To 150.
Exactly. That's what is happening now. That's only what's happening now. But to project backwards, what is true now is not a scientific thing to do. Because, you see, the law of entropy applies to mankind.
Not actually.
Oh yeah? Entropy says everything degrades. Everything degrades. We can point to the very person. The very person.
The second law of thermodynamics says that in a closed system.
This is a closed system.
The sun is a
The universe is a closed system.
We are not a closed system.
Entropy of the universe
The entropy
Okay, here's
of
the
the
objection.
is decreasing because of the sun.
Here's the entry is not decreased by the addition of energy to the earth.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It is.
In order for entropy to decrease, you need more than just available energy. You need available energy, you need raw material. You need a transformation mechanism to transform the available energy into work. And then you need a controlling mechanism to control the transformation of the energy into growth.
Got it, and don't need it.
Chlorophyll.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
Sunlight
it.
into
Hey, I tell you
energy
what,
that
why don't
plants
you take all
can
your
use.
clothes off,
Animals
lay
that
down
eat
there,
that.
and don't move for 8 weeks, and we'll see how much entropy increases in your body.
Tristan, it's been 6 minutes since 3 minutes.
Why will entropy
that
take
makes
over if you lay down there and don't move for 8 weeks? Why is it entropy would have you a rotten corpse in 8 weeks?
That's the problem. You're right.
Yes, it would. Because you see, in order for entropy to be decreased in your body, it requires that energy be available. It requires that the available materials are there. It requires a transformation mechanism, and it requires a template to transform the available material into work. In other words, you do not just lay down and the sun increases entropy. No matter what you put on the ground, no matter what living thing you put on the ground and subject it to long periods of time of sunlight, you will not see a decrease of entropy. You will see death and an increase in entropy. Every single time.
Turn sunlight into food.
Ah, yes, but you've got the transformation mechanism, which is the ability of the leaves to convert energy into sugars. You have not only the transformation mechanism, you have the template, which is the DNA of the tree, which controls the transformation process. You always have to have 4 things in order for entropy to decrease. You cannot get around those 4 things. They absolutely must be there. If any one of them is missing, entropy will not decrease. If you don't have any available energy, if you don't have...
It doesn't just need to be sunlight. There are other types of energy that we can harness.
I didn't say it was sunlight, I said available energy. Available energy.
They don't need to be human. It doesn't need to be human to make things more complex. Molecules do it by themselves.
Oh, they do they?
They do, yes.
Then find some molecules that have that characteristic as part of the periodic table.
Oh, no, periodic table atoms? I'm talking molecules here.
Molecules.
Which is
They're made up of atoms. Show me the characteristic of any molecule, which is the ability that in and of itself it can reduce entropy. Show me one. Just one.
I have to show you a couple together.
Then you don't have the argument.
Oh, I do have the argument.
What is it? When you have elements working together, you have a transformation mechanism.
Hydrogen cyanide, methane, and...
They don't produce life.
I'm not talking about
Hydrogen
life.
cyanide is poisonous.
It is. It's so great. So is methane. It'll fucking kill ya. But we're made of it, actually. It's pretty cool, eh?
Now just give me a molecule that in and of itself, by the application of
energy to these molecules, hydrogen atoms fly off. Woo!
And that creates life how?
And then they
That
become unstable
reduces
molecules.
entropy how?
So they add up together and they become more complex. Ooh.
And you get things like adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thiamine.
And can you explain to me how those things
And then those things get
prove
together.
your
and they become
hypothesis?
DNA.
No, they don't.
Pairs in us.
That's never ever been observed in any laboratory on the face of the earth.
The creation of cytosine and adenine has been shown
the
by-
lysine and all the other
By adding
ever
lightning
produced,
to gases.
ever produced.
We
a
haven't
living
shown
thing.
that they produce organisms. You're
No,
right, yeah.
we
But
have not shown that.
We have shown. That your argument
Miller's
earlier, that
experiment
you need life.
was a proof of
Turn-
creation. Did
that
you know
need
that?
life
Wait, how
to
so?
reduce entropy.
Here's
It's
why.
wrong.
When Miller started to
Because
try and synthesize protein, he put together what he assumed to be the primordial state. He had no oxygen in the atmosphere. It was methane and ammonia. And then he introduced spark into this environment. But guess what? After running the experiment for about 4 days, they took it apart and they found there was no protein synthesized, no amino acids synthesized. And so what they had to do is they realized that the same energy which produces or theoretically produces amino acids also destroys them. So what they had to do in order to produce any detectable amounts of amino acids is they had to run the primordial soup through a filter and filter out any amino acids that may have been produced before they were destroyed by the electric arc. And so by having to filter out the amino acids says that it proves that there has to be a condition which is external to this experiment in order to even have any success. But they never did find enough.
Or it could be on a really huge scale.
They couldn't be.
Some of these things won't be destroyed by the lightning.
Oh.
A few of them will get through because on a massive planet-wide scale, some of them aren't going to be destroyed. So we will.
So
end up
you're
with
telling
few
me that
things.
you're believing in this by
Because-
faith. Because that you have no way of
Because
showing scientifically. So
even a
what your
chance-
faith
even if
is that
chances
at some time
are
in the
1 in a
past,
billion.
you
Run it a trillion times.
believed it happened. That's your faith, but that's not science.
I'm just saying that it could happen.
No, it
I'm not
couldn't.
saying. Oh no, no.